we sent the Joker to a fictional AI therapy session. This entire session, from the dialogue to the psychological analysis, was written entirely by AI. The format is simple: a therapy session, followed by clinical commentary and final diagnosis. So, let's begin and see what unfolds when Gotham's anarchist mastermind, the Joker, meets the therapist.
If you're happy and you know it, wiggle your ears.
Hi, Joker. Good to have you here.
Ha! That's what they all say, right before they try to fix me.
Not here to fix you. Just understand you.
Understand me? Really? Tell me, Doc, do you try to understand hurricanes too? Earthquakes? Or do you just board up the windows and pray?
You see yourself as a force of nature?
I don't see myself that way. I am. I just hold up a mirror. People, society, your little laws and rules. They break the moment you scratch the surface. That's not chaos. That's honesty.
You talk about rules like they're lies. What do you think society is built on?
A joke. One big joke. And the punchline. Everyone's just as ugly as me underneath. They follow rules because it's easy. But when things get bad, when the chips are down, those civilized people, they'll eat each other.
You seem convinced that chaos reveals the truth. Why is that truth so important to you?
Because no one else wants to look at it. They walk around pretending to care, to love, to be decent. I rip off the mask. I show them who they really are. I give them a little push, and suddenly the banker's got a knife in his hand, the mother's clutching her pearls, and the hero, well, he's just another guy with a gun.
You don't believe in morality?
Oh, I believe in it. As fiction, a bedtime story. See, Doc, people want to feel safe, so they invent good and bad. But those are just costumes. Strip 'em off, and what you have left is choice. And I'm very good at helping people choose.
And what do you choose?
Me? I choose the truth. And the truth is, chaos is fair. Chaos doesn't care who you are, what you've done, how many degrees or dollars you have. It comes, and it cleans the slate. You know, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve.
That phrase, ahead of the curve, implies a kind of mission. Are you trying to teach people something?
Teach? No. Expose. Absolutely. I don't want them to follow me. I want them to see themselves. People think I'm the crazy one, but I'm not the one clinging to lies.
So what happens when the world finally sees what you see?
Oh, they'll scream. They'll beg for their rules back. But by then, it'll be too late.
Too late for what?
Too late to pretend. Too late to stuff the chaos back into its cage. You see, once the mask slips, even for a second, it never quite fits the same again, and that's when people get interesting.
Before we continue, let's pause. Here's what our therapist has observed so far.
We've only just begun, but already, Joker reveals a coherent philosophical structure beneath the chaos. His statement,
Chaos is fair,
signals a worldview rooted in nihilism, a belief that traditional values are illusions, and disorder is the only universal truth. When he says,
I just hold up a mirror,
he casts himself as a provocateur, not a villain, someone who exposes, not destroys. Psychologically, this may indicate deep antisocial traits: disregard for societal rules, lack of remorse, and an almost compulsive need to dismantle collective norms. But there's also the possibility of delusional rationalization, a defense mechanism to cope with early trauma. In the next part, I'll explore the origin of his scars, a possible window into dissociation or repressed childhood trauma. I'll also begin looking at how he responds emotionally, or doesn't, to better understand what he's defending against.
Now, let's step back into the therapy room.
Earlier, you said something interesting, that you're not a monster, just ahead of the curve. What curve were you on when you got those scars?
Oh, we're doing that one today, huh?
If you don't want to talk about it...
No, I do. It's just, I like a good story. Don't you? You see, once there was this dad, mean drunk, came home late, smelled like gasoline and bad decisions. One night he looks at me and says, "Why so serious?"
That story sounds familiar, but last time, wasn't it your wife?
Oh, right. Her. Poor thing. Gambled with the wrong people. They carved her up, so I made myself match. Romantic, huh?
But both can't be true.
Exactly. That's the point. Truth's boring. Stories. Now those shape reality. Which version makes you feel something?
I'm more interested in what you feel. Pain, anger, fear.
Doc, I'm not afraid of scars. I wear mine, like medals. You all try so hard to hide yours. Under suits, under smiles.
So what do your scars hide?
Hide? Oh no. They reveal. They scream. They're the only honest thing left on my face.
Do you remember how you really got them?
Maybe. Maybe not. What's better? A sob story or a myth?
Depends on what you're avoiding.
Avoiding? Doc, I ran straight into the fire. You ever been so hurt you start laughing? That kind of broken.
You laugh a lot, especially when others are in pain.
Because pain is funny, not ha-ha funny. Just true. Strip someone down to agony, and you see who they are. That's beautiful.
Do you ever feel anything for them? Pity? Regret?
Pity is condescending. Regret is pointless. But interest? Oh yes. There's something pure in watching people unravel.
So, when you push people, it's a test?
It's art. One bad day. That's all it takes to drop the mask. Most people fail. They beg. They break. They betray. And then they blame the world for not being fair.
And you?
I don't blame anyone. I just help them see the joke.
We're beginning to see a clearer psychological structure emerge. Joker's conflicting scar stories aren't slips. They're deliberate tools of distortion. When he says,
Truth's boring. Stories. Now those shape reality.
it suggests dissociation, maybe even trauma-based, where narrative becomes a shield against emotional exposure. His framing of pain as something noble
I wear mine, like medals.
points to deep emotional detachment. The lack of empathy, combined with a calm fascination in others' breakdowns, aligns with traits of antisocial personality disorder, particularly psychopathy. But he isn't chaotic without aim. His cruelty is methodical, almost philosophical. In the next part, I'll press further into identity. Is Joker a person, or just a mask he's chosen to become? You've said you're not a monster, not crazy, not even angry. So tell me, who are you?
Who am I? That's the big question, isn't it? You all want names, files, dates, stories that tie up in neat little bows. Me, I'm the punchline with no setup.
You weren't always the Joker.
Weren't we all something else before the world got its hands on us? But names are traps. Labels make people feel safe. Arthur, Jack, Patient 447. Ugh, boring. I cut mine off like dead skin. Now, I'm whatever the moment needs.
But you're not improvising. Your plans are meticulous.
Ah, the old paradox. How can a madman design a perfect maze? Simple. Madness is the design. I plan like a storm plans a flood. Random, sure, but not without beauty.
Is it beauty you're after?
No, not beauty. Clarity. See, most people wear masks to hide. I wear mine to reveal. You put on a smile to lie. I carve mine in so the truth never leaves.
And the truth is,
That none of this matters. Morals, rules, order, all costumes in life's little play. When I peel those off people, I get to see them naked, raw, terrified, honest.
but what about your own mask?
Mine is honest. I don't pretend to be good, or sane, or stable. I just am.
Then what do you believe in?
Nothing permanent, just the moment. You want to know what I really am? I'm what happens when the lie collapses, when the show ends and the curtain burns. I'm the silence after the punchline.
So this isn't an act?
Oh, it's all an act. Life is theater, Doc. I just stopped pretending it wasn't. But the joke is that I mean every word.
Even now?
Especially now. You ever see someone try to hold back a scream? That twitch in their lip, the crack in their voice. It's beautiful. Because in that second, they know. Everything they trusted. The law, their God, their own reflection. It's all paper. And I'm the match.
So you tear things down? To feel control?
No. Control is just another illusion. I'm not interested in steering the ship. I just want to see what people do when it sinks.
And you? What do you do when it sinks?
I swim. I've always swum in chaos, like it's warm water. The rest of you flail and scream. But me? I float. I belong there.
Is that who you are then? Chaos?
No, Doc. I'm the reminder that deep down, everyone's pretending. Even you.
Of everything he's shared so far, this one reveals the most direct insight into his constructed self. He rejects identity by name.
Arthur, Jack, Patient 447, ugh, boring.
And instead presents himself as pure response to the moment.
I'm whatever the moment needs.
This aligns with traits of identity diffusion, often found in severe personality disorders. His metaphor,
I plan like a storm plans a flood.
masks deliberate control beneath chaos, suggesting a paradoxical blend of antisocial traits and high-functioning cognitive orchestration. The mask isn't a disguise, it's an ideology. He believes others hide. He reveals. In the next part, I'll explore his fixation on Batman, not as an adversary, but as a necessary counterpart. Without Batman, does his chaos still have meaning? Let's talk about Batman.
Well, he is the most interesting man at the party. Tall, dark, brooding, with just the right amount of unresolved trauma. What's not to love?
Is that what it is? Admiration?
Oh, don't flatter him. I don't admire the Bat. I need him. He completes the sentence I started. You know how some people finish each other's thoughts? We finish each other's disasters.
And what is it that connects you?
Honesty. Everyone else is pretending. They kneel to law, to order, to gods with rules and robes. But him, he put on a mask. Not to hide who he is, but to become it. Me. I carved my smile for the same reason. We both looked in the mirror and chose something else. Two sides of the same ugly coin. Only I admit, I flipped it.
You see him as your opposite, but also your equal.
Equal? Oh no. He's better. Stronger. More disciplined. But also more broken. At least I know I'm mad. He still clings to the delusion that he's saving people. You want irony? Gotham's so-called savior is just another addict, addicted to pain, to guilt, to me.
You believe he's addicted to you?
Why else would he keep me alive? He needs the chaos, my chaos. To justify his order, I light the fire. He rushes in to save someone. We dance. It's our little therapy, really. Though, between you and me, Doc, you should try putting him in that chair next time. I promise, he'll make your textbooks weep.
So this fixation you have?
Fixation? Obsession is such an ugly word. I'd say it's loyalty. He gives meaning to my madness. If the world is a joke, he's the one person who gets the punchline, even if he won't laugh.
And without him?
What's a clown without an audience? What's a villain without a hero? If he dies, I die. Not literally. Don't get excited, but symbolically, theatrically, mythologically. We go down together.
Do you envy him?
Every day. He has money, power, toys. But more than that, he has the luxury of pretending he's the good guy. That's a hell of a drug. I ripped that Band-Aid off a long time ago.
You mentioned masks earlier. What makes yours different from his?
His mask is made of rules. Mine is made of scars. He hides his pain. I wear mine. He's still trying to fix the world. I just want to show it what it really looks like.
And what does it look like?
Like a joke no one wants to admit is funny. He tries to stop the punchline. I just say it out loud.
Anything else you'd like to say about him?
Just this. If you ever do get him in here, ask him what he's really afraid of. Spoiler alert, it's not clowns.
Underneath the theatrics, his fixation on Batman exposes an unmet psychological need. Not for destruction, but recognition. He doesn't want to destroy Batman. He wants to be seen by him. When he says,
He's the one person who gets the punchline, even if he won't laugh.
It's a confession of longing for validation from his only perceived equal. This dynamic reveals a pathological dependency masked as rivalry. It's a complex interplay of projection and identification, where boundaries blur between self and other, obsession and understanding. Their bond isn't hero versus villain, it's mutual obsession.
Now, let's take a step back to see the bigger picture and find out what our experts' final thoughts are on this session and the Joker's character.
Throughout this session, the Joker reveals a deeply fractured psyche, marked by instability, defiance, and an intense struggle with identity and control. Several psychological patterns and clinical features have emerged that provide insight into his complex mental state. First, from the initial part, we observed a profound fixation on chaos and anarchy, consistent with antisocial personality disorder. His disregard for societal rules, impulsivity, and lack of empathy strongly support this diagnosis. Second, his traumatic origins and emotional instability point toward symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and borderline personality disorder, BPD. His fluctuating identity and emotional dysregulation were especially evident in his descriptions of his past and self-perception. Third, his fragmented sense of self, marked by identity diffusion and rejection of fixed labels, suggests features of schizotypal personality disorder or a severe identity disturbance. This is highlighted by his metaphor, "I plan like a storm plans a flood," revealing paradoxical control within apparent chaos. Finally, his obsession with Batman reveals a complex relational dynamic that borders on a psychological mirror, emphasizing themes of codependency and projection, often found in narcissistic personality disorder dynamics. His view of Batman as both adversary and counterpart points to deep internal conflicts about duality and self-recognition. Overall, the Joker presents a multifaceted clinical profile, combining severe personality pathology with trauma-related symptoms, making him a uniquely challenging case for diagnosis and treatment.
That was our therapy session with the Joker. If you enjoyed this, or if it made you think, we've got more coming. more characters, more deep dives. Subscribe to Mind Session for more, and let us know in the comments who you'd like to see in the chair next.